Okie dokie, my loves. I just had to make sure that my headphones were attached so that you could hear me. We are going to get started today, week two. Welcome to week two of our homecoming series. I'm excited to be here with you. And we are going to get started on our mats. Again, today you just need comfy clothes. Sorry, I'm setting my watch. I just like to keep an eye on how long we're going. Um, just comfy clothes, a yoga mat. And then today, if you've got a towel or a blanket, if you can grab that, if you need to pause the video and grab this is quite a thick blanket, so you want something that is a little thicker rather than a quite a flimsy blanket. So if you need to pause the video and go and grab a towel or a blanket, do that. I will meet you on our mats and we will get started. Make sure you can see me. Oh, look, someone's Nerf gun. I'll just move that out of the way. Welcome to my life. Um, I'm guessing maybe your life is a little similar in that, your space may not be entirely your own. You might have to share it with other people, which means that you sometimes find things like Nerf guns in your or Hot Wheels or Legos in your space when you're trying to have a quiet calm moment. So just if there's anything like that around you, just shove it out of the way. Make yourself a little circle of peace. This is yours, your mat, no matter what's going on around you. Your mat is your safe space today. So well done for showing up. Well done for making it through the first week or starting the second week. You're doing such a good thing. We just take your towel or your blanket to get started and roll it up into a little sausage. There you go. Just going to put it right there for now. Set it there for a second. Let's start in Sukhasana. Easy pose, legs crossed, hands on your knees. In fact, you know what? Let's start by rubbing the hands together. Get a little heat building up between the hands. How fast can you go? Deep breath in through the nose and a long sigh out. And when you're ready, bring those hands to your heart. Feel the warmth of your hands in your heart space and imagine just sending love and gratitude into your heart. Gratitude to yourself for making this time for yourself, for investing in yourself. It's a big deal. Well done. Beautiful job. What we're going to do now is move down onto our backs. We're going to start on our backs today. So if you've got your little sausage, you want that right in the middle of your mat. And then this may take a little maneuvering once you're down. So just, do what you got to do. Take your time. We'll figure it out together. We're going to go long ways on the mat this way. Sausage is there so that when we lie down, that is going to be right between the shoulders, between the shoulder blades. You want it low enough so that the back of your head can rest on your mat. So you don't want it so high up that it's lifting your head off of the mat. You want it low enough so that the back of your head, your neck can allow the back of your head to touch the mat. And then if you need to just wiggle to find a spot where that feels okay. So my sacrum is also touching the mat, just for stability. And then the blanket is in between my shoulder blades in my back. And then we want to take the arms, lie them side by side. Knees are bent, soles of the feet are on the mat. The arms are at your sides with your palms facing the sky. And we're just going to slow down the breath here. We're really focusing on our hearts today. Breathing in through your nostrils and then back out again. As you slow your breath down, Really elongating the inhale through your nose. Can you draw the breath down into your belly? Sometimes we do a lot of breathing up here in the chest. Can you, as you breathe in through the nose, can you imagine that breath traveling down, down, down? Really inflating the ribs, inflating the belly. And then as you breathe out, relax the belly, allow the breath to travel back out the way that it came, making your exhale a little longer than your inhale. As your shoulder blades relax, your shoulders relax toward the mat, just notice the physical opening of your heart space here, the broadening of your chest. Beautiful job. Stay with that slow, deep breath. Lovely job. When you're ready, roll over to the side, reach beneath your back, grab your towel or your blanket, and just move it out from under your back. You can keep it nearby. We might need it later. Just shove it to the side of your mat. And then carefully, slowly, gently, lovingly make yourself up. Make yourself make your way up to a seated position on your mat, coming back into Sukhasana. Just take your time getting here. Crossing your legs on your mat, hands come back to your knees. Inhale, roll your shoulders up to your ears, imagining a string attached to the crown of your head. So as you roll those shoulders up, feel the intention, the energy of a string attached to the crown of your head, gently lifting you up to the sky. And then roll the shoulders back down behind your heart space, but keep that length in the spine. Keep that lift as if you're being gently lifted from the crown of the head. Think about opening the chest here, opening the heart to the front of the room. Come back to your deep breath. In through the nose, down into the belly, imagining the ribs expand as you breathe in, top to bottom, front to back, side to side. Can you think about stacking your head over your heart and your heart over your pelvis so that you've got that nice long spine? Notice if you're leaning, maybe leaning back or even leaning forward, and see if you can just intentionally stack the head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis so that you're in that nice long seated position. Beautiful. On an inhale, take your arms overhead, palms come together. And on an exhale, twist to the right side. Bring your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you. So that right hand is tucked right in near the bum, palm on the ground, helping you to keep a lift in the spine. Notice if you're dropping back into the right shoulder, you want to have that nice tall spine. Inhale to find height through the spine, exhale to deepen your twist. Keep breathing. On your next exhale, release, come back to center. Inhale again, arms come overhead, palms come together. Exhale, twist to the left this time. Right hand comes to the left knee, left hand comes behind. On your inhale, find height through the spine. On your exhale, deepen your twist. Beautiful job. On your next exhale, release. Come back to center. We're going to draw some cat cow circles here. So as we inhale, we want to think about a kind of rainbow shape here, a circle, but leaning forward, bending the elbows, opening the chest, lifting the gaze toward the front. As we exhale, we're tucking the tailbone, drawing the navel into the spine, feeling the skin stretch between the shoulder blades as we lean back here and drop the chin down toward the chest. Arms are straightening. Inhale, cow, forward. Well done. Exhale, tucking the navel in, dropping the head, cat. Just move at the rhythm of your own breath. There's no rush here. Well done. And reverse. Let's go back the other way. Well done. One more time. Inhale forward. Exhale for cat. And when you're ready, come back to center. Beautiful job. Interlace your fingers now and bring those behind your head. So the fingers are just, the head is just kind of cradled in the fingers with the thumbs right at the nape of your neck. And take a second too, just to use those thumbs to give yourself a little neck massage right there where the head connects to the neck. Apply some gentle pressure, really lovingly. Oh, massaging your head. Well done. Mm. All right, inhale. Take the elbows back wide. Take the gaze up to the sky. On an exhale, release, tucking the navel gently into the spine, bringing the elbows closer together, but we're not pulling here. Just gently allowing the hands to rest on the back of the head. Really gentle. No pulling, no working. Just feeling a lengthening along the back of the neck. If you have any pain at all here, then just go ahead and release this. Beautiful. Come back up to center. Release the hands. Well done. Hands come back to the knees. And now we are going to slowly, gently, lovingly make our way onto all fours for tabletop. Wrists come below the shoulders here. Knees are beneath the hips. Spread your fingers out wide. Make an L shape with the index fingers and the thumb. And you want to imagine balancing a cup of tea in a saucer on the back here. So we're not dropping down into a U-shaped back, but a nice long spine from the tailbone all the way along the back of the spine, along the back of the neck, out of the crown of the head. Gently draw your navel up into your spine just to engage the core. Well done. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Beautiful. Let's just do a couple of cat cows here. So this is exactly the same thing we did in our circles. We're not moving in a circle so much. We're just inhaling to drop the belly, lift the gaze, open the heart to the top of the mat for cow. Beautiful job. Move really slowly and think about articulating each section of your spine individually, rather than just kind of like throwing yourself from one into the next. So going from cow, we're going to tuck the tailbone. Well done. So really rounding right at the bottom of the spine. Draw the navel up into the spine. Feeling that articulation then through the upper back as we push through the hands, feeling the skin stretch between the shoulder blades. Drop the head and take the gaze back between the knees. Beautiful. Now inhale, come back to tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes and send hips up and back, coming into downward dog. Again, feet are about hip width apart here, really pushing through the hands so that we're pushing the hips up and back. Keep a bend in the knees. We're not just trying to jam our heels down onto the mat. That's not really the point. You can take a second here to walk the feet out, lowering one heel at a time, continuing to breathe, coming back to that deep inhale in through the nose and back out again. Well done. Really push those hands, push those hips back and up. Take the gaze to the fingers on your next inhale, and then as you exhale, walk your way up to the top of the mat, walking the feet all the way up to the hands to come into a forward fold. Keep a bend in the knee here. Let the head hang heavy. Fingers can graze the mat here, or you can grab opposite elbows. Just find a gentle rocking side to side. Keep breathing. Release the hands down to the mat. On your next inhale, roll up, arms hanging heavy in front of you, one vertebrae at a time. Stacking all those little pieces of your spine on top of one another to come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and then down behind your heart space, opening your heart, lifting your sternum. Engage the legs here. Draw the navel gently into the spine to engage the core. So we're in an active pose. We're not just kind of hanging out in a sloppy standing position, but really activating the body. Arms at the sides, palms facing forward. Deep breath in and a long sigh out. Beautiful. Roll up onto the balls of the feet and then back onto the heels. Roll to the outside knife edges of the feet and then into the arches. And then find yourself a nice strong base there between those four sides of your foot. Can you really notice for a second before we move on? Really feel the ground beneath you supporting you. Feel yourself connected to the earth beneath you. On an inhale, take the arms up and overhead, and then wrap your index finger and your thumb from your right hand around the left wrist. So arms are overhead, fingers of the right hand are wrapped around the left wrist. Well done. Inhale, lean to the right side, using those right fingers to pull the left arm, really lengthening along the left side body. On your next exhale, come back to center. Beautiful job. Release the hands. Now take the fingers, the index finger and the thumb of the left hand, wrap them around the right wrist. And we're going to lean to the left side. I had to think about which side it was. Lean to the left side for a moment. Really using those left fingers to help extend the right arm, extend down the right side of the body. On your next exhale, release, come back to center. Beautiful job. Drop your hands back down by your sides. Inhale, bend the knees, take the hands parallel out to the front and then up and overhead. Come into volcano pose. So again, body is in that Tadasana position of really grounding down through the feet. Feet are hip width apart. Drawing the navel gently into the spine. Legs are engaged, but our arms are up and overhead this time as if we're holding a globe or a beach ball. And you can take the gaze up between the hands here. Beautiful job. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down, raining those fingertips all the way down, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to the shins or the knees here. Long spine. Think of your body making a 7 shape. Exhale, forward fold. Keep a bend in the knee. Inhale, hinge at the hips, stand all the way up. Arms come overhead, palms come together. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart in prayer, lifting through the sternum, lifting the chest toward those thumbs as you ground back down through the feet. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful job. Inhale, bend the knees, take the arms parallel out in front of you, stand up into volcano pose, holding your beach ball overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, rain the fingertips all the way down. Forward fold. Keep a bend in the knee here. Soft knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, stand all the way up, arms come overhead, palms come together. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart in prayer, lifting through the sternum, lifting the heart up to the thumbs. Take 2 deep breaths here. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Inhale, bend the knees, take the arms parallel out in front, stand up into volcano pose. Draw the navel gently into the spine, really engage the core. Exhale, hinge at the hips, rain it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, stand all the way up, palms come together overhead. Exhale, hands come to the heart in prayer. 2 or 3 deep breaths here. Think about engaging the legs, engaging the core so that we're in an active pose even here. Beautiful. Inhale, arms out in front, stand up into volcano. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, stand all the way up, palms come together overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. 2 or 3 breaths. Beautiful. Inhale, arms out in front, parallel, volcano pose. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, stand all the way up, palms come together overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. I'm inviting you now to move through this flow just 2 or 3 more times at your own pace. There's no rush. There's no pressure. No one's watching you. Can I invite you as you stand in this position here with your hands in your heart at your heart in prayer, and when you stand in your volcano with your arms overhead, your chest lifted, your heart open to the sky. Can you ask yourself what stands in the way, sometimes, maybe not all the time, of your living with your heart open? And as you move, as you unite your breath with your movement today and let go a little bit of your intellectual mind, trying to figure everything out, to remember it exactly right, and just unite the breath with the movement. Just trust in your body. Trusting your heart. What is it that stops you from trusting your own heart? Has someone told you before that you can't? Inhale, arms come overhead. Volcano. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Swan dive down, forward fold. Just move now. Trust yourself. Whenever you're ready, just take your time getting there. I'm going to meet you back at the top of your mat in Tadasana, with our hands at our hearts. There's no rush. Release your hands, bring them behind your back, interlace your fingers, and draw the knuckles down toward the ground, really opening that heart space again. Lifting your gaze. Beautiful job. Release the hands. Bring them to your hips. Think about your hip points here, both pointing toward the top of the mat. And as we move from here into Warrior One, we want to maintain this hip position of pointing toward the top of the mat. So, hands at your hips, grounding down through your right foot. We're going to lift that left foot and step back, coming into a Warrior One. That means right knee over right ankle as your right foot points toward the top of the mat. The left foot is back behind with the toes pointed toward the top left corner. So they're at a 45-degree angle, pointing to the top left corner. Now think about your hips rather than pointing out to the side here, pointing up to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come parallel overhead, grounding down through the back body, lifting through the front body. Exhale, release the hands, bring them down behind your back, interlace the fingers, and then draw those fingers down toward the mat, lifting your gaze as you open the heart. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold your torso down inside of your right knee. And here you can either just allow your hands to rest at your lower back, or you can let them drift up and over. You just do what feels good to you. Where your edge is today, it might not be where it was yesterday, and it might not be where it is tomorrow. Well done. As you exhale, release the hands, bring them down to either side of the feet. The front foot. Come up onto the ball of the back foot. So we're coming into a lunge. Well done. Now lower that back foot. Sorry, the back knee. Lower the back knee. Well done. Right knee's over right ankle. Left knee is on the mat. Left hand is on the inside of the right foot. We're going to take the right hand up to the sky as we twist the body to the right side of the mat. Take the gaze up to the right fingertips. Beautiful job. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Now heel toe that right foot over to the right edge of the mat so that the right toes hang off the right side of the mat while the right heel is still on the mat. The right hand is going to come inside of the right foot so that both hands are on the mat, and then the right foot is on the outside of both hands with those toes hanging off the mat. Beautiful. Right knee is over right ankle, and you choose here. We're in a kind of lizard situation. You choose here whether you want to keep the right knee over the right ankle or drop that right knee out to the side, getting even more opening in the front of the right hip and the groin. You choose what feels good in your body, what feels like your edge, what feels like you can keep breathing. Beautiful job. Heel toe, that right foot back into the center. Right hand comes to the outside of the right foot. So we're back in a kind of lunge. And then we're going to walk the hands back, straightening the front leg to come into a runner's lunge. This is not a competition to see how straight you can get your front leg. You're just coming to your edge. When you start to feel that lengthening in the back of the right leg, you just hang out here for a sec. Keep breathing. Beautiful job. Walk your way back up, hands on either side of the right foot. Tuck those back toes. Lift that back knee off the mat. Step your right foot back to join the back foot, coming into plank. Deep breath in. And then as you exhale, hips go up and back, downward dog. Well done. You can walk the feet out again here, really pushing those hips up and back. Inhale to look forward to the hands. Exhale, make your way up to the top of the mat to come into forward fold. Inhale, hinge at the hips, stand all the way up. Palms come together overhead. Exhale, hands come to the heart in prayer. Well done. Release the hands, interlace them behind the back. Draw those knuckles down toward the mat. Lift the gaze as you open the heart. Release. Bring them to your hips. We're grounding down through the left foot this time. Keeping those hip points parallel, pointing to the top of the mat. Lift the right foot and step it back, warrior one. Left knee's over left ankle. Right foot is at a 45-degree angle behind. We're on two different railroad tracks here, so the right foot is not directly behind the left foot. It's on its own separate plane. It's going to help with balance. Inhale, arms come overhead, parallel. Deep breath in to lift through those fingers, lengthening along the side body and through the spine. Exhale, release, hands come down behind your back. Interlace the fingers, draw them down toward the mat. Open your heart. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Take your torso inside of that left knee. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Well done. Come up onto the ball of that back foot. Lower the back knee. Coming into a low lunge. Well done. Right hand is on the inside of the left foot. We're going to twist the upper body to the left side this time as the left hand goes up toward the sky, following it with your gaze. Inhale to reach through those fingertips. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the outside of the left foot. Now bring the left hand inside of the left foot and heel toe that left foot over to the edge of the mat so that the heel of the left foot is on the mat. The toes of the left foot are hanging off the mat. Palms are flat on the mat on the inside of the left foot. You choose here whether your left knee stays over your left ankle or drops out to the side. Listen to your body. Where is your edge? Well done. Draw that knee back in if it's out. Heel toe it over to the center of the mat. Left hand comes to the outside of the left foot. And then walk the hands back as you drop the hips back. Lift those left toes off the mat, feeling that lengthening along the back of the left leg. Do not push, do not force. Just coming right to the edge. Being gentle with yourself. Beautiful job. Walk yourself back up. Low lunge, hands on either side of the left foot. Tuck those back right toes. Lift the right knee off of the mat. Step your left foot back to join your right foot plank. See if you can lower your bum a little so we're not up in a kind of half downward dog, but a long plank. If you need to come to your knees here for half plank, you can do that. Inhale. On an exhale, send hips up and back for downward dog. Keep a bend in the knee. Walk the feet out if you like, or stay stationary. Whatever floats your boat. Keep breathing. Really pushing through the hands, pushing those hips up and back. Beautiful job. Deep breath in, and on your exhale, lower the knees halfway down. Not all the way down yet, almost there. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower them all the way down to the mat. Sink the hips back onto the heels. If you need more space in your front body for child's pose, you can bring your big toes together. Take your knees out wide. And then sink yourself down onto your mat. Forehead comes to the mat. Arms are going to come behind you here, down by your sides, so that your fingers are near your ankles. If you're in a more traditional child's pose here, your knees are going to be close together and you're just going to be in a little ball. Forehead is on the mat. Come back to your breath. I invite you just to release your hands, take them long out in front of you for a more extended child's pose. And then if you like, you can turn your palms to face the sky. What can you release? What can you let go of? What stands in the way of you connecting to your own heart? To you finding the divine in your own internal being? If we want to receive something, our hands need to be open, but if they're clenched around something we don't want to let go of, it's hard to do that, to be in a receiving posture. What can you let go of? Beautiful job. Turn your palms back onto your mat. Bring them down near your shoulders and just push yourself up onto your knees. If you're still in those narrow legs here, if your knees are together, can you bring your big toes together and take your knees out wide, bringing your palms onto the mat in front of you? I think if we're focusing on the heart, then we got to do some lion's breath. Just makes me think about lion heart. We're lion hearted. Palms on the mat in front of you, chest lifted. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, your tongue is going to go out. And think about looking at this spot here between your eyebrows, where your third eye would be, if you want to call it that, or whatever. You can call it whatever you want, but we're going to inhale through the nose and then a loud breath out as we cross the eyes, look at this spot right between the eyebrows. I'm on YouTube. No one can see you. It's all cool. Inhale. Beautiful. One more. Best one yet. Gorgeous job. Walk your hands up and let's move ourselves gently onto our bums. Coming into Baddha Konasana here, so soles of the feet are coming together. Hands are wrapped around your ankles. And again, you're just looking for your edge. So this is, we're not just trying to get the heels as close into the body as possible, but just where is your edge? Where can you feel that you're getting some opening in the hips? Where can you keep the integrity in your spine? So we don't want to just hunch over into a ball here, but think about keeping that long spine. Come back to your breath. Lift through the chest. Breathe in through the nose down into the belly. Well done. Take the right leg out long here and let's tuck this left foot against the right thigh. Well done. Can you see me? Probably not very well. So, so think about legs in a V here. So we're going to keep that left leg out and then just tuck that left foot against the right thigh. Now, instead of so if you think about your body facing the front here, we're just going to rotate the upper body to face the right toes. Inhale to take your arms up and overhead. Exhale to hinge forward at the hips and then just land where you land. So again, this isn't a competition. We're not trying to just fold ourselves in half like a sandwich. But if your hands come to your toes, great. If they're at your shins, great. If they're at your knees, great. If they're just here on your thigh, great. Beautiful job. When you're ready, roll yourself back up. Excellent job. Take the left leg out this time and tuck that right foot against the inside of the left leg. Turn the body toward the left toes. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Land where you land. Well done. When you're ready, roll yourself up. Come onto your mat in a long way here where you've got lots of room to work with. Knees are bent, feet are on the mat. And then this is my favorite yoga pose. I don't know if it has a name. We're just going to give ourselves a little cuddle. So wrap your hands around, wrap your arms around your knees. And then when you're ready, you can just rest your forehead on your knees. Coming into a safe little ball here. And if there's something your heart needs to hear today, this is a really good opportunity for you to tell it. You could say, "You're safe. I trust you. I'm listening." When you're ready, lift your head. And then bring your hands behind your thighs here and just gently lower yourself down onto your mat. Lift your feet, bring your hands to your knees, and then just find a little movement here that feels good. You can just rock side to side. I quite like to do this because I get really tight in my hips. So this can feel very good if you've got good slash bad, but like a good kind of bad. If you've got tightness in your hips. Or you could just draw some circles with your knees to massage your lower back one way and then the other. Beautiful job. Lower your left foot down to the mat. Cross your right leg over and rest your right ankle on your left knee. And then we're going to lift that left foot, thread the hands around the left thigh, and gently draw the thigh into the chest. Keep the feet engaged. If you need a little bit more, you can use your right elbow to apply some resistance to the right knee, but you may not need any more. This might be enough for you. Just gently drawing that left knee into the chest. When you're ready, lower that left foot gently down to the mat. Uncross the right leg, bring the right foot to the mat. And then now lift the left foot and cross it over the right. So, same thing on this side. Left ankle is just supported by the right knee. We're going to lift that right foot, thread the hands through and around the right thigh, and draw that thigh gently in. Most likely feeling this in your left hamstring and the outside of the left hip. But just notice where you feel it. Notice the difference between one side to the other without judgment. We use the different sides of our bodies in different ways. So doesn't it make sense that they would feel different, that they would hold tension in different places? Come back to your breath. Release that right foot down to the mat. Uncross the legs, bring the left foot there as well. So knees are bent, feet are on the mat. Just going to windshield wiper the knees side to side for a sec. Slowly, slowly. And then the next time they go over to the left side, just drop them there, let them hang out. And we're going to take this right arm over out to the side. So right arm out to the side, knees over to the left. And then take your gaze to the right fingertips, coming into a twist. Your left hand, you can just rest it on your stomach, or you could use it to give the outside of your right leg a little massage, or just coax it into relaxing. Beautiful job. Take that left arm out to the side this time. When you're ready, lift those knees up to center and then all the way over to the right side. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left hip or your thigh, or just rest it on your belly and take your gaze over to the left fingertips this time. Coming into a twisty little twist. When you're ready, knees come to center. We are just about to move into Shavasana, our rest time, and you have some options here depending on what feels good to you. If you are a little chilly, grab a jumper or a blanket. If you've got lower back issues, you've got a couple of options here. You could take your feet out to the outsides of your mat and let your knees just knock in together, and you can just do your Shavasana right here with your arms at your sides. Happy as Larry. Or if you'd like, you can take your feet out long again for lower back. You can grab your sausage that you made earlier and slip that under your knees or your thighs just to take a little of the pressure off of your lower back. Or you can use it as a pillow. I think that's what I'm going to do this time. It's like multiple choice. There's no wrong answer. Just do what feels good. I'm going to go pillow today. So if you're coming into a kind of traditional corpse pose, legs are gonna go out long, allowing the feet to drop out side to side. Arms are at your sides with your palms facing the sky. If it feels safe to you, you can close your eyes here. If it makes you feel more grounded, you can bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your heart so that you can feel your breath entering and exiting your body. There's no wrong choice. Notice where you might be holding any last bits of tension, where you might be working a little even now, and accept the invitation to release, to just be held, to rest. When you're ready, there's no rush. You can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If you're happy here in your Shavasana and you don't have anywhere else to be, you could just pause the video now and stay as long as you like. Start to deepen your breath, flutter your eyes open, And when you're ready, you can take one arm overhead and lie it on the ground beside your ear, and then roll your body over, using that arm beneath your head as a pillow. Draw your knees up into the fetal position. Let's take a few breaths here and not rush off. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly push yourself up. Gently start to make your way back to Shavasana. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer. The divine that makes its home in my heart sees and honors the divine that makes its home in yours. You bow with me and whisper, Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that this practice serves you well. I hope that you can take what you are learning, what you're experiencing off of your mat this week and into your life. Um, I love you so much, and I'll see you next week for week 3. Bye.